Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are camping again. The last time you saw us camping, we were in the Canadian Rockies. It was last summer. Now we are in Austria. We are camping in a Tesla Model Y in Europe. How's it different? How's it the same? How does camp mode work? I'm going to take you through all of it, our setup, what we have for gear, especially traveling to Europe because we couldn't take all our normal stuff with us, but what we did take I think was super important, and I'll show you each step along the way. How do we store all of our luggage? Where do we put it? All of it. Let's get into it. But before we get started, the first thing you generally want to do when you're at a campsite is plug in your Tesla. Well, here in Europe, this particular site does not have any plugins available, so we will be using the battery for our AC control overnight. It is relatively cool. We are up in the mountains in the Austrian Alps. It's absolutely beautiful, so we probably won't use a ton of energy, but we are sitting here with about 85% battery. I expect to lose about 2% per hour overnight, and I'll check in the morning with you to see if that was an accurate statement or not. So when you get to your site, the first thing you're going to want to do is probably get your bed and your windows and everything all set up, but in order to do that, you have to actually store away all of your stuff. So where are you going to put all your stuff? Well, the frunk is a good place to start. Use the frunk in whatever space you have there. It's great for holding a carry-on piece of luggage and other odds and ends. Fill that up. The next thing that you want to do is you want to take advantage of your lower sub-trunk, which we did here by also putting as much stuff in there as possible. You can see right here we've got a large piece of luggage. We're going to have to do something with this. Can't stick it in the back because that's where our mattress is going to go. I think we can fit it up on the passenger side front seats. Hope so. If we can't, it might be a problem, but I think we're going to make it happen. So with all of that, I think we're pretty well ready to go in setting up the mattress. Now, I have to admit that we splurged a little bit on this trip. We actually transported a mattress that was sent to us by our friends at Lost Horizon for us to sleep on. Now, you probably are thinking, that's crazy. Why would you transfer, or why would you bring a mattress all the way from the United States to Europe? Well, this is a super good mattress, and having a good mattress makes the difference between an awesome camping experience and a horrible camping experience. Believe me, I've tried them all. I've tried the inflatable ones. The inflatable ones are terrible. This one is a awesome mattress for us to deal with. It is a foam mattress and is also backed by a little bit of air pressure. I'll show you how to set this up in a second. But when these are shipped to you from the factory from Lost Horizon, when it comes out of the box from the factory, it is in a much smaller package. It's much easier for us to ship. We did already take this out and set it up once, so it's a little bit bigger. We had a little bit of extra space in the car while we were here. But next step is to get our mattress set up. First thing you want to do is you want to take your mattress out. The case that comes with it is actually airtight. You can actually manually inflate your mattress by rolling it up, and there's a valve at the bottom. We won't need to do that because Lost Horizon also sent us this new pump, and this is their second generation pump that they say has 3 times the suction and 3 times the pressure. Why is suction important? Well, that happens in the morning when you're trying to compress this thing down and get it back into its space. Having that extra suction will help. So I'll show you how all that works, but what we want to do is we just want to take off our straps. We're going to roll it out. All right, it doesn't look like much now, but trust me, it'll look like an awesome mattress here in just a second. The front of this mattress there is a valve for inflating and deflating. Right now it says deflate. We want to flop this thing around to inflate, and you can already hear the air is starting to rush in because that is the foam inside this mattress expanding and pulling air in. And we're going to help that out by using the pump. All right, here is our Lost Horizon mattress, fully inflated. Thing works awesome. Now it's just a matter of setting up the sheets, getting the blankets. We got to do that quick because it started to rain. Now, I've used a lot of window covers, and these window covers I think are the best that I've used so far. They're from Test Camp. They sponsored these a while back, but I continue to use them because they're simply the best, nice, compact. And the way they work is they actually slide over the windows. So we'll do that right now. I won't bore you with all the details, but we'll show you once it's done. right, the window covers are on. I have a separate video on that on my channel. If you want to follow this link right here, it'll send you over to that video so you can check out everything about those window covers. And for now, we are ready to go. Car's buttoned up. We got a couple more to put in the back, but we're going to do that from the inside because, again, it's raining and we want to get inside. One of the things you're going to want to do when camping is you should probably set up a camping profile. And I don't have one in this car because it's a rental, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to select profiles, driver profile settings, add new driver, create a local profile. We're going to call it camping. And we're going to adjust our steering wheel in as far as it will go. I'm going to move it up as far as it'll go. And I also want to move the seat up quite a bit to give us room for the mattress. Maybe not that far. We'll do the same with the passenger side, but that's not saved with the profile. So now that we have that, so if I want to switch between me for driving or camping, it'll do it for you automatically. So if you camp a lot, highly recommend doing a camping driver profile. Now the next thing I want to talk about is camp mode. And for those of you that don't know, Teslas have a feature called camp mode. Well, what is camp mode? Well, camp mode is designed to allow some of the functions of the car to run while you're sleeping all the time. What are those? Well, if I come here to the climate controls and I turn on camp, it'll say that the car will stay on until the battery reaches 20%. Sentry mode and security alarms and walk-away locks are disabled. They're doing that for a reason. You get out to go to the restroom in the middle of the night, you don't want to set off your car alarm and all that cool stuff. But when camp mode is enabled, your climate and AC will stay on. Also, all the interior USB ports will stay active so you can charge all the devices while you're sleeping. And other than that, everything works just fine. Now, since we have a rental and I don't have a key card and my phone isn't tied to the car, I don't have to worry about having somebody come into my car even if it's locked because the car senses I have a phone. But if you are camping in your own car, make sure you disable Bluetooth on all your devices so the car doesn't think the key is already in it, so someone just can't walk up and open the doors while you're sleeping. So that's camp mode in a nutshell. Well, in the U.S., most camping places have a place to use a restroom and shower, and they can be a little sketchy depending on where you're at. But this particular one, I have to show you because it's actually quite nice. We have this whole separate section here with a number of individual private showers. Inside you have a sink, and you have a shower, and almost has a spa-like feel to it. And then back here you just have a regular bathroom, guys of course, and individual stalls with full closing lockable doors. How cool is that? All right, we are inside the car. It's not quite ready for bed, so we're just hanging out here and watching a little Netflix. We'd be outside enjoying this great weather and great view, but as you see up here, it's still raining, so it's really not very pleasant to be outside, and if it stops, we'll go out and enjoy the evening. But for now, we're kind of stuck inside. But the Model Y is a perfect camping vehicle. Good morning, everybody. Camping went pretty well. Not perfect. Let's talk about how much power we use because we're not plugged in. So right now, camp mode is still active and the screen is black. So let me go check real quick what we have for power. Remember, I think we started with 81%. And we are currently at 68%. So we lost 13%. So I predicted about 2% for every hour of use, and we turned it on about 7 o'clock last night. It is a little after 7 in the morning now. It's 12 hours, so that would have been about 24%. So it's actually a little bit better than that, quite a bit better than that, about half. But I think it's because right now the temperatures outside were pretty close to the temperatures that we had inside. The other thing that I want to point out is you can see that we don't have a cover on the back window. Why? Well, I like to be as transparent with you as possible with all of the products that I talk about, and we took it off because it was raining pretty hard during the evening, and the way that the back window cover hooks on to the car, there are parts that strap on to the outside of the car, and the water was wicking through the straps and then onto our mattress and getting our mattress wet. So we had to just basically get rid of the rear cover. It's a great cover, but just a little bit of a warning, it might not be the best cover if the place you're staying is raining. Hi everyone, it's been a couple of days, but I want to break into this video real quick to show you what it takes to tear down this Lost Horizon bed. Now, there is a valve on the front you need to switch. It's a one-way valve, and when you fill it, it needs to be flipped to inflate, but you want to flip it around to deflate, and you'll notice some air coming out right away. But there is foam inside this thing, so you're going to need to use some help, and that's where the pump comes into play. This is the new pump from Lost Horizon, and just charge it with USB-C, put it on the suction side on the mattress where the air inflates, and just let it do its thing and suck this thing down as far as you'll let it go. All right, with that, that is our first camping night in Europe, Austria actually, and it was a really good night, and it was actually really economical too. The whole night cost 37 euro. That was without power hookup, which I thought was pretty reasonable. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd appreciate you tapping that like button, and if you're new to the channel, subscriptions are always welcome. Till the next one, catch you later.